Hey, wouldn't it be nice to go ahead and just like use that S90V or S110V or M390 blade without a care in the world, because you know you've got the right sharpening system to bring that edge back. I mean, because finding the right sharpening kit, that's half the battle, because there are so many of them out there that claim to be the fastest, the easiest, like most foolproof methods available. I mean, just because a sharpener works for someone else doesn't mean it's automatically going to work for you. You are not the problem. You just haven't found the right sharpener yet. Now, I'm not an expert sharpener, but I've tried quite a few, and these are my top 5. Hey, how you doing? My name is Jay. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Now, consider clicking on that subscribe if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. Coming in at number 5 is going to be the Hammond 8-inch, now double-sided, so 400 grit on this side. You flip it over and you get 1000 grit diamond stone with the adjustable holder. And now notice I have something just a little bit extra on here, and here is the packaging, so if you want to pause and read that, it's the Wedge X sharpening stone angle guides from 10 all the way up to 39 degrees. So they're just, you know, plastic, and you get about two sets of these, so you can put one at either end. And then you can see I've already got one attached, and then that's just going to help you. So you start out with your knife right on here, and then it's going to help you to like kind of build up that that muscle memory. So it's nice then when you put one at the other side. Here's what I like about this. It requires no electricity. So you can take it wherever you need to go. You don't have to hold this base steady because, well, first, this is pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it. And then these under here, the holder, it's all rubber. So it is going to hold this in place. This is going to be great on like larger and wider blades. I like to keep this around because it's great for like, you know, like quick touch-ups on your knife. I mean, you can have this set up and ready to go in seconds. There is a couple things that I don't like, and you know, since it's not electric, this is gonna, especially if you're just starting out, it's going to take you a while to sharpen your blade. Also, it depends on the grit of the stones, of course, that you're using. You have to make sure you hold this as steady as you possibly can to maintain that proper sharpening angle. There is going to be quite a bit of a learning curve to be able to master this kind of sharpening. So it's not really the right system for beginners. Number 4, we've got the this is the Worksharp knife and tool sharpener. Now there's two different Worksharp models. Okay, this is the lower cost one, which has, you know, less features and less angle settings. The other is going to be the Ken Onion model, which sells for quite a bit more, but it has more features, angle settings, and a bunch of other attachments. Here's what I like. Well, it is of course electric, so it's going to sharpen the fastest out of all of the kits that I'm going to show you today. You have like 2 settings with this base model. You can either hold the power button on in the on position. So that means you have to hold it while you're sharpening, which is what Worksharp actually recommends, because they say when you're sharpening that, okay, when you're sharpening, you slowly bring the blade through. When you get to the tip, you're supposed to let go of the power, so turn it off, so you don't round the tip of your blade. But it also has, let me show you, and then if you push this switch forward, you've got like continuous, always running power. two different the guides, angle guides. This one is going to be for this is the 20 degree, and right now I've got the 25 degree guide in. With this one you can also sharpen scissors as well, and I like that this sharpener can accommodate wider blades. If you take off the angle guide here, I want to show you, there's like a little lever here. What that does is then you're able to like rotate this whole section of it, and that way you're able to like sharpen lawnmower blades, even like an axe. Here's what I don't like. I feel that this unit, it's kind of expensive considering the limited angle settings that you have. This tends to scratch blades. Now, I don't know if you can see here, you notice I've got like tape on these little sections. Well, that is because I found out the hard way that there's the metal that you're removing, it collects on this guide. What that does then is it just rubs all the way down the blade and it scratches it. So now what I do is I'll put either a piece of tape here, or you can even put a piece of tape like on the bevel of the blade. Again, if it's like a beater thing and you're not worried about scratching it, then hey, whatever. But if it's something nice that you don't want to get scratched up, then unfortunately you got to use some tape. Coming in at number 3, we've got the Spyderco triangle sharpmaker, and I wanted to first just go ahead and show it to you like all boxed up, because look at that. Everything that you need to sharpen your knife is like self-contained within this unit. Okay, so I got it all set up now, and I want to show you. Here is what I like. This kit, it's super easy. It's easy to use as long as you're able to hold the blade steady, and you want to have it so you want to hold it like perpendicular to this base. Look at that. I mean, it requires obviously no electricity. So this is also going to work great for larger knives. I mean, you can even do serrations, even scissors. Now this does come with, you get your 2 sets of ceramic hones. You get the medium and fine grit. If you take, so you take the base and you flip it over, what you do is then you can take those triangle hones and look at that. Now you can even, you can sharpen freehand, just like that this was this is a bench stone. What don't I like about this system? Well, again, you can only sharpen at either 15 or 20 degrees per side. Forget trying to sharpen like super steels, M390, M4. Forget trying to sharpen that stuff with these included stones, because it will take you forever unless you buy the Spyderco diamond hones. I mean, and then again, you can buy the different grit triangle stones from Spyderco, but they cost almost as much as the entire kit itself does. Coming in at number 2, I've got the Lansky 4-stone deluxe diamond system knife sharpening kit. Now, including this one, there are like a total of 6 different kits available. Here's what I like about this. Now, this one comes with 4 different diamond stones that they all vary in grit from extra coarse to fine. The extra coarse is going to start out, that's at 70 grit. Then you get the coarse, which is 120, medium, which is 280, and then finally the fine diamond, which is 600. So we've got there's 17, 20, 25, and 30 degrees. What's nice is each individual hone, they each come with their own guide rod. So that's nice because then you can just go ahead and, you know, leave them connected. What don't I like? Well, unfortunately, there's a few things. Now, these guide rods, okay, when you first get it, these are not going to be attached, and not that they're all that, you know, all that difficult to put on and off, but there you go. Yeah, you just kind of turn that little wing nut there. Now, I've noticed with some of these, the guide rods, they're not perfectly straight from the factory, and you're really going to want to make sure that they are, because that will affect you know, the angle at which you're sharpening. So that's why I just go ahead and usually leave them connected, but unfortunately if you do that, yeah, it's not going to fit. It's not going to, obviously it's not going to fit in the case. This determines obviously your angle, but you hear that? Yeah, there's quite a bit of movement going on. So when you're sharpening, you have to make sure that you're holding, you have to kind of, this is kind of difficult just because I'm trying to have it facing you and not me, but you have to make sure that you hold it steady in the hole because you don't want it moving around here. So not only do you see that you have to hold the whole system, but then you also have to have this guide rod nice and steady. Now, I mean, this does come with, let me back that up. It doesn't come with a base, but there is one available, and yeah, it does not come with the base. And I think that that's kind of ridiculous because really you can see the base is pretty much necessary to be able to use this kit properly. Smaller blades now, small, like, and when I mean smaller, I mean like narrow. So this one's pretty wide, but so like a case trapper, for example, when you trying to sharpen one of those while this is clamped is kind of difficult because you end up making contact with the clamp before you're actually hitting the edge of the blade. You really want to make sure you have the knife clamped down properly. Otherwise, you're going to get some movement when you're sharpening. Now, did you notice I have two of these clamps? You want to know why? Because this clamp, I'm going to try and show you if you can see, this has like little rubber protectors there on the inside, so you know the metal doesn't it doesn't damage your blade. Great, right? Yeah. Oh no, that's not, this clamp did not come with this set. This is the clamp that I got that comes with it standard. Yeah, no rubber in there. So that means you're gonna either have to, you know, tape this up yourself or spend a little extra money and get the one with the rubber grips on it. So what is my #1 favorite sharpening system? Yep, it's going to be the KME Precision Knife Sharpening System. Let me go ahead, look at this case. Look at this high quality, beautiful case. Very nice. Okay, let me go ahead, I'm going to get this set up. Here's what I like. This KME is easy to use and very easy to maintain a precise angle when you're sharpening. So once you have selected the angle that you want to use by sliding this deal up and down, you go ahead and you feed the rod through. And what's nice is that, remember with the, now do you remember with the Lansky, okay, I had to hold this steady. Guess what? This kit, Yeah, there's no movement going on whatsoever. So if you have the base, the only thing that you have to hold on to is your hone. This comes with, you get the 4 1-inch wide diamond hones. Remember, remember the Lansky, these are a 1/2 inch. This 1 inch. You get 4 of them. Extra coarse, which is 140 grit, the coarse, which is 300, the fine 600, and then the extra fine, which is going to be 1500 grit. The angle settings, I didn't mention that, did I? So you can choose, it's between 17 and 30 degree angles. There are also even like specialty clamps that are available, so you can sharpen like different kinds of blades. I had to buy the extra set with the Lansky, the clamp, because they weren't lined. Well, these, the clamp, the jaws, they're lined, so it's not going to damage the blade finish. And then when you want to go ahead and do the other side, boop, yep, you just flip it over, just like it's that easy. For gosh sakes, they even give you a black Sharpie marker so you can, so you can draw on your edge, so you can make sure that, the stone is hitting the apex, it's cutting correctly. Unfortunately, there's not many, but there are a few things that I don't like. This, we've already determined, this is a great system. But at about $200, I just kind of feel like that the base, and even, there's even a strap for this. I almost feel like that those should be included for that much money. And this sharpener, as it comes, you're not going to be able to sharpen like a case trapper or like larger blades over 6 inches in length. You have to buy the aftermarket clamps for that. The extra coarse hone on this one, so the extra coarse on the KME is 140 grit, and if you remember the extra coarse on the Lansky, that was 70 grit. So you want to talk about a stone that cuts fast, that's 70 grit on the Lansky. Hey, now do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video and you got like any value from it, let me know by just leaving one of these. And don't forget to click on subscribe. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Hey, you guys, take care. I'll see you later.